Good morning and welcome to Polyset. This is going to be a demonstration on how to use proper use of setting up our spray gun, pneumatic spray gun we use for our primer and for our bonding adhesive for our expansion joint systems. First of all, when you receive your gun, it will come in a box such as this, and you want to open it up to begin with. The gun will come with 7 different parts to it, primarily the gun itself, and a small box with all the other usable parts in it. All right. Once you receive your gun, you want to make sure that you have all your parts, so you go through your list and your demonstration. What you'll have a bag with 2 blue hoses, a strap, and also piston plungers. Now this gun has the ability to go from 1 to 4 in a ratio. We today will be setting up for a 1 to 1 and for a 4 to 1, which the 1 to 1 is used for our priming adhesive, which we use with our elastomeric concrete. The other is a 4 to 1. See here, they come pre-packaged and wrapped. Okay, this is for our expansion joint adhesive. As I show you, you can tell the difference. Your 4 to 1 has this much smaller piston. Your 1 to 1 is equal. Okay, so open it up. This is your strap harness. You will have 2 blue hoses. You will receive 4 pistons, ranging from 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1, and 4 to 1. All right. We will be concentrating on the 1 to 1 and the 4 to 1. The other 2 you can put right back into the bag, put right back in your box for future use. All right. You'll also receive an Allen wrench and 2 tiny set screws. Comes semi-pre-assembled, nipple put into it, okay? This nipple will also come with a quick connect with a Chicago fitting on to attach into the field. Basically right there with the pin attached to your airline. All right, since we don't have a compressor, we will not be using the Chicago fitting, we'll be just using our air hose. Setting up for a 1 to 1, as you can see, the top piston is missing. That's the only piston you're going to change with this ratio from 1 to 1 to 4 to 1. On this piston, you'll notice it says upright. So it's the upright position to be in. That means it's pointing up towards the top part of the gun. All right. These go right on the piston. The set screw is then put in place and tightened with the Allen wrench. All right. If it was a 4 to 1, which would be this cartridge, you would remove this piston head and place the smaller one, which is a 1 to 1. Again, it has the upright. Oh. Which goes on that way there. Again, tightening it down. All right. We'll set it up for the 1 to 1. Now, as you're attaching your piston head to the rim rods, you basically want to bring it down evenly. So put your Allen wrench in. You're going to take the first nut down till it's snug. Then move over to the second one and bring that down also. take a few minutes to get it on there because you got to keep testing it, snug it, then back to the first one again. Snug it, and just check them again so they're down there evenly. And what you want to do is make sure that both pistons are even. Basically just set that across there and you can see that they're both flush. Alright, now you're set up for a 1-to-1. What you would basically do from here on in, which is this piston for this here, you also notice it comes with a blue hose. Alright, blue hose is attached to this pressure fitting by pushing it down into the fitting. And then just give it a light tug to make sure it's snug. Alright, that's where your airflow will come out through your cartridge. You can see in the gun, alright, there's a 1-to-5 ratio here that allows you to control the amount of air coming into the gun. The other knob here goes to 1-to-5, controls the speed rate of the pistons. Okay, basically I can demonstrate that to you by turning this up to the max, and I will turn this up. Now, flipping the air hose onto the bottom. Once that's been completed, as you see I had the demo going here that's been used in the field, you would take this black knob here, hold it down with your finger. By squeezing the trigger fully all the way back, they come out. This red knob here brings it back. Alright? If you just half-cock the trigger very slowly, easily, halfway, all you're going to get is air. The pistons won't move. Full stroke, pistons come out. Again, red button, brings them back. You want to slow the speed of the pistons down? Lower this. Turn the knob down to your setting that you want. You find where you want it to come out. And the pistons comes off. Right? Again, with your airflow, you can do the same thing. You turn that down. Then you'll slowly raise the gun down and the flow of the air. All works out how you want to use it in the field, so you don't get a lot of overspray, underspray. You get the right ratio to come out, and everything works fine for you. All right? And again, release. All right? Now that we know the gun is working properly and you've got your speed set that you want, all right, you come to your cartridge. Cartridge is a 1-to-1. Remove the tip. This plunger here is so that it can be reused. If it's not mixed, you can reuse it. You pull this off and set your mixing knob onto your cartridge. It only goes on one way, so you can't confuse that. There's a bigger end and then there's a smaller end here, as you can see. Twist this down tightly. This cartridge now drops into the gun. Give it a little hit so it stays down on there. Basically turn your tip over. Hook your air hose up by clipping it onto it. Now a trick, once you start spraying, this will get contaminated. A little bit of duct tape or something around the nozzle here will keep this from always working. Otherwise it'll get to a point where you won't be able to release and you'll have to change the hose. That's basically all there is, and then you basically start spraying. Once you spray, you're going to want to overspray so the material comes out and you get a nice black color. All right? Again, if it was the bonding adhesive, we would drop this in with the piston matching into the gun. Make sure it's snug down in there. And we would attach our tip. I'll show you that. So you can see the both options. And there you have it for the bonder. Same scenario. Primer, bonding adhesive. The foam seal, for the elastomeric concrete. once you have completed using the cartridge, hit the red button, pistons will come back. You unhook your airline, remove your cartridge, and drop in a new one in the same scenario, and keep on going. And that's all there is to it. Thank you.